Have you ever watched Blue Lock and thought, how is Bachira doing that? Like seriously, the guy plays football like everyone else is stuck in slow motion while he's just out there having the time of his life. He'll dribble through 3 defenders, pull off some ridiculous move that makes no sense, and somehow it works perfectly. And the craziest part is, it doesn't even look difficult for him. It looks natural, like he's just flowing. That's what makes Bachira Meguru such a dangerous player. It's not just his dribbling, it's not just his technique, it's the freedom in the way he plays. Bachira doesn't overthink football, he feels it. While most players panic under pressure or worry about making mistakes, Bachira treats football like art, like a game, like something fun. And honestly, that mindset alone is something most players completely lose as they get older. A lot of players start playing football because they love it, but somewhere along the way, they become robotic. Everything becomes about not messing up, don't lose the ball, don't take risks, don't embarrass yourself. And because of that fear, they stop expressing themselves, they stop trying things, they stop playing freely. Bachira is the complete opposite of that. He trusts his instincts completely. That's why he's unpredictable. That's why defenders struggle against him. And today we're going to break down exactly how you can start playing like Bachira in real life. Now, before we even talk about skills or dribbling moves, we need to talk about confidence, because without confidence, none of the flashy stuff matters. Most players fail at dribbling not because they lack technique, but because they hesitate. Think about it. The moment you start doubting yourself mid-dribble, you slow down. Your touches get awkward, your body stiffens. Defenders can feel that instantly. But Bachira, he commits fully. Even when the move looks risky, he goes all in. And honestly, this is something you can train. The next time you play, stop worrying so much about looking perfect. Give yourself permission to fail. Seriously. Try one skill move you normally wouldn't attempt. Maybe you lose the ball, who cares? That's part of improving. Every elite dribbler you admire has lost the ball thousands of times learning their style. The difference is they kept expressing themselves anyway. One thing you'll notice about Bachira is that he's always relaxed on the ball. He's never tense, and this is important because tight muscles kill creativity. If your body is stiff, your movements become predictable. That's why when you watch players like Neymar, Ronaldinho, or even Messi, they look loose and fluid. Bachira has that exact same energy. Football feels natural to him because he doesn't fight against the movement, he flows with it. A great way to train this is through free dribbling, and I don't mean setting up cones and doing robotic patterns over and over again. I mean genuinely spending time alone with the ball and experimenting. Go to a field or even your backyard and just move however you want. Try random touches, weird turns, nutmegs against imaginary defenders. Mix skills together. Stop caring about whether it looks correct. Bachira's entire style comes from creativity, not perfection. And here's something most players don't realize. Great dribblers aren't just moving the ball, they're manipulating defenders. Bachira constantly changes rhythm. That's one of the biggest reasons he's so difficult to stop. Most defenders expect predictable movement, fast, fast, fast. But Bachira slows down, speeds up, pauses, explodes again. He keeps defenders guessing. This is something you can start practicing immediately. Instead of dribbling at one speed all the time, experiment with tempo changes. Jog slowly with the ball, then suddenly burst forward. Pause for half a second, then cut sharply. Football is full of timing battles, and the player who controls the rhythm usually controls the defender. Another huge part of Bachira's game is his first touch. His control is insane. The ball sticks to him like it's glued to his feet. But here's the secret. That level of control doesn't come from complicated drills. It comes from thousands and thousands of touches. Bachira's relationship with the ball feels natural because he spent so much time with it. If you genuinely want to improve like Bachira, you need to become obsessed with touches every single day. Juggling, wall passes, dribbling around your house, controlling the ball with different parts of your foot, different heights, different angles. The more comfortable you become with the ball, the more confident you'll feel trying creative things in games. And don't just use your strong foot either. Bachira uses every part of both feet naturally, inside, outside, sole, toe, heel. Most players limit themselves because they only trust one type of touch, but creative players adapt constantly depending on the situation. One thing I love about Bachira is the way he sees defenders. He doesn't look scared of them, he looks excited by them. For most players, defenders are obstacles. For Bachira, they're opportunities. He wants the 1 versus 1, he wants the challenge. That mentality changes everything, because here's the truth. If you're scared to take players on, defenders gain confidence immediately. They press tighter, they step forward aggressively. But if you attack them confidently, suddenly they become nervous instead. Now they're worried about getting beaten, now they're backing off. Confidence changes the entire psychological battle. A really good way to improve this is by playing small-sided games. 3 versus 3, 4 versus 4. Tight spaces force you to become more creative and more comfortable under pressure. You get way more touches, way more dribbling situations, and way more chances to experiment. That's where flair develops naturally. And honestly, one of the biggest mistakes players make is copying skills without understanding why they work. Bachira doesn't do skills just to look cool. Every movement has purpose. Sometimes he uses a feint to freeze a defender. Sometimes he uses a body fake to shift their balance. Sometimes a simple touch is enough. That's another thing elite dribblers understand. Simplicity destroys defenders. You don't need 10 step-overs every time. Sometimes the deadliest move is just a quick change of direction at the perfect moment. Watch how defenders move. The second they lean one way, attack the opposite direction. Football, at its highest level, is often about tiny moments of imbalance. Bachira is amazing at recognizing those moments instantly. Now let's talk about instinct, because this might be the most Bachira thing of all. Throughout Blue Lock, Bachira constantly talks about playing with his monster, that inner instinct guiding him. And while obviously there's no literal monster in real life, the concept is real. The best footballers trust their intuition. Think about those moments where you overthink a play and mess it up. Maybe your first instinct was to shoot, but you hesitated and lost the chance. Or you wanted to dribble, but passed backwards instead. Elite players trust what they feel in the moment. That doesn't mean being reckless all the time. It means developing your instincts through repetition so that your reactions become natural. The more you play, the more situations your brain recognizes automatically. This is why street football creates so many creative players. Street football forces improvisation, uneven surfaces, tight spaces, unpredictable situations. You can't play like a robot there. You learn to adapt, and honestly, I think a lot of players need to reconnect with that side of football again. Play for fun sometimes. Not every session needs to feel like military training. Some of the greatest players ever developed their creativity simply by loving the ball and experimenting constantly. Another underrated thing about Bachira is his joy. He genuinely enjoys football. And that sounds simple, but it matters more than people think. Fear kills creativity. Joy unlocks it. When you're enjoying yourself, you take risks naturally. You move more freely. Your body relaxes. You stop playing scared. That's why some players look incredible in training, but freeze in matches. They become too focused on mistakes instead of expression. So next time you play, stop thinking so much about impressing people. Stop worrying about every failed touch. Focus on enjoying the game again. Ironically, that's often when players perform their best. Now obviously, none of this means avoiding hard work. Bachira's style still requires insane technical ability. If you want to dribble like him, you need discipline too. Spend time mastering close control. Work on explosive acceleration. Train balance and coordination. Practice receiving the ball under pressure. But don't lose the creative side while doing it, because football isn't just about efficiency, it's also about expression. That's why players like Bachira stand out so much. They remind us that football is supposed to be fun. And here's the crazy part. Once you start developing this style, defenders will genuinely hate playing against you. Why? Because unpredictable players are exhausting to defend. If defenders know exactly what you're going to do, their job becomes easy. But if you can attack both directions, change rhythm constantly, improvise under pressure, and play fearlessly, suddenly you become a nightmare. At first you'll mess up a lot. That's normal. You'll lose the ball trying skills, you'll miss time dribbles, people might even laugh sometimes, but every creative player goes through that stage. The difference is whether you keep going anyway, because one day, after enough repetition, something starts to click. The ball feels lighter, defenders feel slower, moves that once felt impossible suddenly happen naturally. And that's when football becomes really fun. That's when you stop playing scared and start expressing yourself. Playing like Bachira isn't about becoming a copy of an anime character. It's about unlocking the creative side of your own game, learning to trust yourself, learning to enjoy football again, learning to play freely. So the next time you step onto the pitch, don't just think about being effective. Think about being fearless. Take players on. Try things. Express yourself. Play with freedom. Because at the end of the day, the players people remember most aren't always the safest ones. They're the ones brave enough to play differently. And honestly, that's the real Bachira mentality. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment which Blue Lock character you want to see next. And remember, football isn't just about winning, it's about expression. So get out there, trust your instincts, and play the game your way.